cheese. I do want the dollars though. Skid, please tell us a story about your knob cheese. Okay, you guys want to hear a Skid story about my knob cheese? It's a pretty fucking weird Skid story. But, I don't know how many of you guys have had experience with this before, but this won't be sort of relevant in any way to anyone that has had their foreskin removed. So if you've been circumcised, this foreskin, this story won't apply to you in any way. But so when I was about 10 years old, like obviously my penis hadn't fully grown, so my foreskin was over my bell end, and like obviously you pull it down, but I'd never pulled it all the way down, so like my bell was out. And it because when for boys, like when you have that, it's really really sensitive. Before you've ever pulled your foreskin down, it's really sensitive. The further you get down your bell end, where it's never had like contact with anything, and basically I pulled it down and started. I got close, and I was scared. I didn't know if you were supposed to. I didn't know whether you were physically or biologically able to pull it down. If it would actually just fall off. I was worried that my bell end would fall off of my penis. Okay, if I pulled it down. Eventually, I plucked up the courage and got further down and further down. And once I got to the area with the actual bell end, underneath the bell end was just a layer of smegma. Legit, like 2 millimeters thick. So like that thick the whole way round the bottom of my cock. I'm not even joking when I say this, right? But I was worried about it. I started trying to clean it with wet tissue. And obviously it was very sensitive. I had no idea what it was. So I went downstairs and called my dad and got my dad to look at my knob cheese, because I was like, Dad, what is this? Like, what do I do about this? And I showed him, and he was just like, wash. So yeah, he gave me some cock washing tips after looking fairly disgusted at the state of my penis. But it took me about an hour with warm water on tissue and me trying to scrape it off, because it's so sensitive in that region. Before you've ever pulled it down before it took me a while, because I was doing the tiniest bit by bit, and it was quite excruciating. So yeah, that's what happened, mate. When I was 10 years old and I first pulled my foreskin down, I had an absolute trough of smegma. Hope you enjoyed the story.